It's the 21st show. I'm Steve Mork, in for Brian Mackey. Throughout the hour, we've been talking about the Illinois men's basketball team making to the Final Four of the NCAA March Madness tournament. Tomorrow they play UConn, and whoever wins faces off against either Michigan or Arizona in the finals. But the Fighting Illini aren't the only team celebrating tournament success. Both of Illinois State University's men's and women's basketball teams made it to the NIT and WNIT tournaments, respectively. The NIT stands for National Invitation Tournament, and as the name suggests, schools are invited to compete, as was the case for the Redbirds. And both teams have proven to be quite successful. The men made their first appearance since 2017, but lost last night to Auburn. Meanwhile, the women are making their second consecutive appearance and will be facing off against the Marshall University Thundering Herd in the championship. Joining us now to talk about the Redbirds is Nicholas Thompson, news and sports intern for 103.3 WZND in Bloomington Normal. Nicholas, welcome to the 21st show.
Thank you for having me.
And you can join the conversation by giving us a call at 800-222-9455. That's 800-222-9455. How are you cheering on the Redbirds? What do you think of their performance these past few years? So, Nicholas, tell me about the men's team first. As we start to look back at their season, what do you think?
Yeah, so starting with the men's team, the team came in as Missouri Valley Conference, favorites, and that didn't pan out. We finished with the third seed. However, we lost to Northern Iowa in a tournament round one. And when we lost that game was like, okay, what's next for the team? You was preseason favorites, but it didn't work out. But then coming after that, a week later, it's announced that we would play in the NIT tournament. And then in every game we played, when Kent State, Wake Forest, Dayton, and then to Auburn last night, each game we were underdogs in every game, and we made it that far. So I think the team feels they should be happy at where they at right now, men's team. Even though, the season didn't go as planned, you still made a deep run in an IT tournament, which is still great exposure for the university.
And what changed for the Redbirds from that loss in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament to now?
I think what changed was that you get a chance to play basketball once again, and when you play in conference teams, some like the end of December all the way to the end of the year in February, you're able to play teams that you haven't played, yet before they really don't know you. So I think playing teams like one time a year that you never seen before, instead of playing teams you see, twice a year. I feel like that makes the team like, it gives them like, okay, the opponent don't know us, we don't know them, so it's just a freelance game. You just go out there, you play, and the best team wins. So I feel like that's what's been happening.
And how about the women? Now they're playing for a championship. How's it looking back at their season?
Their season has been really, 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 really good too. Just to start off, the women's team is 16 and 1 at home. The only loss they lost to was Murray State, the team that went on to win the Missouri Valley Conference tournament. And that team has been really, really well. The fans always show up to support them. Dania Washington has been really, really well all season. She's Missouri Valley Conference most improved player. Tristan Fada has been really good as a sophomore point guard. She broke the record for season assists last year with 204. And then just looking back at that women's team this year, I feel like the impact that our freshmen had has made us the team that we are. Kaya Hurt has been really good off the bench. Jaden Pratt, Grace Nelson. It's a team effort. It's not like one player. It's a team when it comes to the women's basketball team.
And 16 and 1 at home throughout the season. So what was it like seeing a crowded Redbird Arena?
It was incredible. Every game the fans show up and support, and Coach Gillespie always speaks on how much that impact makes on the team. So we was able to host every WNIT game up until the last game against South Dakota, and now we have to play on the road against Marshall. But every other game we was able to host, and it's been incredible. The players feed off their energy. 16 and 1 at home is in the same, a same thing to do. And the only team you lost to is the best team that wins the conference tournament. I feel like you have to be really, really proud about that.
And this is the men's first NIT appearance since 2017. What can this appearance in the NIT do for the future?
I think it's really good for the future. Number one, I feel like it lets players that wants to come here know that ISU cares about athletics because you don't have to participate in an NIT tournament, but they chose to for a reason, and I feel like it worked out really well. Even though you didn't get the outcome you wanted, you lost to a team that many say that should be in the NCAA tournament. So you lost to that team. So you have to be proud on the season. You have to look at that as growth. And I feel like if you're a player that wants to come to ISU, you look at that and say, hey, this team care about athletics. You can win there. You have opportunity to play there.
And you mentioned some of the standouts from the women's program. Who are some of the standouts from the men?
Yeah, Chase Walker, he was a standout last year, standout this year. But Tariq Coleman, he's one of our freshmen. He had a really, really good year. Illinois native. He played at Aurora High School, had a really good year. And you have a bunch of guys like Todd Pence had a really good year, Bowden Scumberg. The team is like Chase Walker is our best player, but we have many little factors like Tariq Coleman as a freshman, Mason Claypool, another freshman. Landon Moore was really good for us. Lennon Wolf. It's not like a one player thing. It's a bunch of standouts with that team.
How did the two coaches construct the roster? These two rosters. There's a lot of high school kids. There's some transfers coming in. How did they construct these two rosters?
Well, I know for women, our women team, we recruited a bunch of players, straight out of high school. And same thing with the men's too. But the one thing that look at the men's roster, the one thing that Coach Peden always says is that you win with people. So we try to find, good people to win with. But we have a bunch of like players that are from Illinois in our women's team. I mean, in our men's team, I'm sorry. Not Johnny, but I can't think of his name right now. Tyreek Coleman was on he's from Illinois. So we recruit like Illinois guys. We have another Illinois, Jordan Williams coming in next year. So I feel like we recruit in state and we recruit good people. That's the one thing that you always say is that you win with people.
In this era of college basketball, the transfer portal tends to give and take for mid-major teams. Like Brendan Lee transferred from the
Yeah.
University of Illinois to ISU. Do you think ISU will end up losing some of their younger talent this offseason?
Um, that's a really, really good question. As a, the student, somebody that supports the team, I hope not, but you never know what happens. But I feel like a run like this, making it to the NIT tournament, it shows players, hey, they care about winning. You could win there. And I say that's the one thing, like you said, with the transfer portal. If you ISU athletics, the coach staff, you have to do everything in your power it is to keep these young players because the one reason why I feel like we're in a good position now that we were that we retained all our players from last year coming into this year. So I feel like it's really, really important to keep your players. So I hope we don't lose any players to answer your question.
And the Missouri Valley is a pretty good basketball conference. I mean, it's the
Yes.
original Arch Madness is what their tournament is called, I believe. It's played in St. Louis, and you're a senior. So how have you seen these basketball programs shift during your time at Illinois State?
Yeah, so going to the men's team, when I first started, it was Coach Peden's first year as well. And each year with Coach Pete and the team has got better and better. So his freshman year, which was my freshman year, we won 11 games. Then my sophomore year, his sophomore year coaching, we won 15 games to 22 games last year to now 23 games this year. It's like each year we get better and better. And I feel like that's what you want in college athletics each year to get better and better. We was in the CBI, we won the CBI championship last year, and then this year we in the NIT. We lost last night, but it's like the growth each and each year. And the women's team, since I've been here, the women's team has always been a steady team. We always get about 20 plus win a year. That team is always consistent no matter what. Even if you lose players, you get players back. That team always is always consistent for the women's team.
And ISU athletics this year has had a pretty good season, not just in men
Yes.
and women's basketball, but also the football team. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, the football team it was incredible too. I was able to have the opportunity to go out there in Nashville and cover it, cover home games. They made it in the same run. And like you said, I believe I seen some on Twitter the other day that ISU is the only D1 school to have a postseason play with the football team making it to national championship game, the women's and the men's both playing the tournament. So I just feel like the overall growth of ISU athletics is really, really good. And as a student and a reporter for the school, I think we have the best mid-major athletics in any mid-major school.
And we do have a caller. Looks like on line one, Dominic. Speaking of basketball and football teams playing the SEC, what's your question, Dominic?
Hi, yeah. For Nicholas, I guess basically building off what you just said, I wanted to know how the team's playing so well affects the athletics program going forward.
Nicholas?
Yes, thank you. Now I'm really, really yes, that's a really, really good question. I think the team's playing so well. I just feel like it gets you the exposure. So when you're a mid-major team like Illinois State and you playing 40 minutes away from a team like, U of I, you have to obviously you compete with them, but when you have players that are, so young and that wants to win, you have players that play well. I feel like just playing and pitting these players on the big stage is just the most important thing. So when you have your football team go all the way to the national championship game, that's big exposure playing on ESPN. You're playing these tournament games, that's big exposure. Just playing away from the university in road games gives ISU a chance to, build our athletics department and get us better and better to be able to compete with those high level schools like Illinois.
And where do you see the rest of the athletics program going? Maybe not just basketball or football. How does playing those teams affect the rest of the athletic program?
think it's really good. I feel like I mentioned earlier, just exposure. When you play those big schools, it's really good. Last week, our baseball team on a 9-game winning streak, then we snapped that to Iowa, who's a really good, baseball team. So I just feel like just keep playing your exposure. And, I feel like the most important thing is you're not going to get the 5-star and the 4-star recruits. But if you can get those 3-star recruits and hit the transfer portal and get players like that, you can keep building your establishment and building your program to get better and better. So, like it's high unlikely, like I said, we'll get the 5-star, the 4-star recruit, but get those 3-star recruit in state, and I feel like you're going to be really, really okay, and you'll be proud with your athletic team overall.
So you said the men's team made the CBI last year, the NIT this year. Is next year's goal the NCAA tournament?
It has to be. And coming into off the CBI championship last year, the goal was to be in the NCAA tournament. Things happen. You have injuries, you know, and things happen. But I feel like each year the team gets better and better. So the next step, obviously, is you want the NCAA tournament. And I think we can do it if we can retain our players. Have some freshmen come in and make impact like we had this year, and recruit players in transfer portal. I think we could make that NCAA tournament.
And what is your opinion on U of I athletics taking away some attention maybe from smaller sports programs that are succeeding, like ISU or other schools?
I really don't have an opinion on it. They doing what's best for their university, and here at Illinois State, we have to do what's best for our university. But like, I just feel like as a reporter for the school and a student, the fact that we're still, like 40 minutes away from there, and we able to compete and keep up with them who has way more fun than us, I feel like that's a really, really good thing for our athletics
And where do
department.
so the women are playing their championship game.
Yes.
What's your prediction for it?
I have a Redbirds win. I think it's going to be a close game. Marshall is a really, really good team. I feel like we're going to keep it close. I feel like give me a Redbirds win 65-60. Our best player has been Anila Washington all season long, so we got to feed her the ball in the post. We got to let Trisha Feta, facilitate. If, Addison Martin and some other players can knock down a couple shots, I feel like we could really, really good. The one thing about the women's team is that our defense is really, really well. And I don't think many teams, besides Murray State, who was the best team in our conference this year, I don't think many teams can outscore us. So long as we play good defensively, I think that team will always be in every game and have a chance to win every game.
Nicholas Thompson, sports intern for WZND in Bloomington Normal. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
That's it for us today and this week. Before we go, I want to invite to join our texting group. You put the public in public radio, and we love sharing your comments and questions on the show like we did today. Join by sending the word TALK to 217-803-0730. Again, text the word TALK to 217-803-0730. We appreciate hearing from you about our programs and your suggestions for future guests or stories. Email us at talk@21stshow.org. That's talk@21stshow.org. You can find that address and every other way to contact us, including our voicemail line, on our website at 21stshow.org. We've got all our past shows there, and you can find links to subscribe to our podcasts or look us up on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen. And you can just search the Illinois Public Media page. The 21st Show is produced by Christine Hatfield and Jose Zepeda. Our digital producer is Colson Kahn. Technical direction and engineering comes from Jason Croft. Reginald Hardwick is our news director. And thanks to the band Public Access for our theme music. The 21st Show is a production of Illinois Public Media. I'm Steve Mork, in for Brian Mackey. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again next week.